Viveros is a very well protected bay, which is why I decided to finally tackle the project of changing the cable for my navigation light on top of my mast. And of course I took advantage of having friends anchored nearby as usual and asked Shadi and Joel from sailing vessel Chuffed if they would give me a hand.
It's probably just enough.
Because I could not get a cable with 4 cables in one wrapping, I had gotten 2 times 2, and to keep them slightly together we put some heat shrink around the 2 of them, each meter or so. And it ended up being quite a bit of work, and Shadi, Joel and I felt a bit like one of Ford's assembly lines.
Nika's just attaching the cables so that when we pull the old one out, the new one will come with it and hopefully make our jobs a lot easier down here. But as many of you know, it doesn't always go exactly as planned.
Well done, well done.
Come on.
Oh, here she
Okay,
is.
woo!
Beauty.
Well done, Nika.
Oh, nice. That worked pretty well, huh?
Yeah.
The connector of the tricolor was also corroded, so I had to be a little bit inventive to build a new one. And I tried out some Gorilla Glue, but it actually fell apart and I went for good old epoxy instead. After a short trial around under deck to know which cable was which, I went up to the mast again. And I lured Joel over another time to hoist my safety line up the mast and to send me up some tools that I had forgotten to take the first time. I'm really one lucky girl to always be surrounded by such beautiful souls that are willing to help me in exchange for some cold beers, food, or just some good laughs together.
Hey Joel, you gotta tell us a bit about the island.
This is Viveros. It's a reasonable sized island. It's been slowly being developed over 10 or 15 years, I guess. It's only a few people that live here full time. They've got 2 rainwater collection ponds for their freshwater. They've got a diesel power plant to power the homes and the marina here.
That's pretty decent. And you've been spaying animals here?
Yeah, so there's only 3 female dogs that live on the island, so we went and did them up at the work camp. And then we've also done a bit of treatment on some of the people who lives here, their dogs and cats as well, which has been nice.
Oh yeah, that's always
One of the 4 cars on the road.
one of the 4 cars of the island.
Yeah.
On our way to a resort where we wanted to use the Wi-Fi, we met Myanmar, who gave us a lift in his car because he works in that resort and was on the way there.
You want to go with him?
Sure.
Muchas gracias.
Sí, muy bueno.
Shetty and I had to get some computer stuff done, and after that we all played some volleyball with the locals that work in the resort. And we were surely no pros, but we had a ton of fun and got invited to an awesome beach food feast afterwards by our friends. I am motor sailing with Karl and Shetty and Joel on sailing vessel Chuffed. And we are going from Isla Viveros, where we've spent a couple of nights at anchor, to Isla Espiritu Santo, and it's about 14 miles. There's not a lot of wind. We have a Genoa out and motor sailing. There's like 6 knots of wind, so not really. I mean, I know now that Karl does move in that wind, but if you don't have to, then sometimes one is being lazy. And Chuff just nearly had a collision with a whale. It was really crazy. I just saw them going like totally 90 degrees off the course, and I was on the radio with Shetty afterwards, and she told me that there was a whale that popped up just right in front of them, and in the last minute they turned over and it got really angry. It was like splashing, and it had a little baby with it, so maybe that's why. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new anchorage. It looks as if it's a little bit more weather down here. This big island here is Isla del Rey. It's one of the, I think it is the biggest island of the Perlas. And Espiritu Santo is just basically around the corner. It's a little island off the main island, and you anchor in a channel between the two islands. I'm testing my autopilot, see if everything is fine. It seems to be kind of working, but it seems to be going a lot like from the left to the right. It's making really big movements, which is not normal, so I gotta figure out why it's doing that. We made it to the bay at Isla Espiritu Santo just before dark, and it seems to be a very pretty place, and I can't wait to get to shore tomorrow and check out the new spot. But more about that next week.